Yo, what is up, guys? Chase Oliver 68 here, and we're doing one of those fancy Q&As everyone loves that I do and ask me great, wonderful questions. Let's get started. This one comes from Tobias Boone Backwards, and his question is: when I was a kid, I grew up with Stone Cold, The Rock, NWO, DX, and so on. I stopped watching around the time WCW went out of business, and at that time wrestling was at its peak. After that, I stopped watching until Royal Rumble 2010. My question is, when do you think that wrestling really started to get stale? And his question is really saying, it's not saying that wrestling sucks by any means, but when did wrestling start getting repetitive and boring and just kind of not as great as it was? In all honesty, I think wrestling started to get stale around the year 2007 to 2008. And the reason why I say this is because the year 2007 was definitely a harsh year for the WWE. And I mean a harsh year. Because this was at the time when they were going to about to turn PG. It was almost obvious that they were going to do that. And then one superstar decided to tarnish wrestling in its entirety. And I'm saying he really did tarnish wrestling. It makes people look at wrestling in a different pattern, and especially after the superstar's death, you see other superstars dying, like Umaga, Test, Lance Cade, all prematurely, and they're for the wrong reasons. And Chris Benoit, what he did was inexcusable. I know many wrestling fans are going to probably shoot me and say you're an asshole, you are a piece of shit, you fucking shouldn't disrespect Chris Benoit. But you know what? I'm going to disrespect him. He really tarnished wrestling to a huge point. And WWE would be PG regardless if he didn't do what he did because of the whole Linda McMahon senator. But after when Chris Benoit decided to do that to his family, decided to do that, and then you look around the trend and there's more wrestlers dying prematurely, and it's because of the same reason maybe Benoit went batshit crazy. It really shows something, and it really hurts. And then WWE, they started hiring Hollywood script writers, and it just became stale. And that's when I think wrestling really started to become stale, around 2006 to 2007. It's such a shame that it became really stale around that time, but it was all because of one man's actions. And really, he didn't think like, oh, the company would be hurting from this. The company still hurts from this. There's still talks about Chris Benoit to this day. Whether it's good things, how he should be in the Hall of Fame, or whether it's the bad, there's still talks about that man in this YouTube community, and it's the truth. And I know many people are going to say, oh, just let it go, he's dead and whatnot, but really, when you hurt the sport that I love watching, when you freaking make it seem like I'm a fucking evil person for liking professional wrestling, especially after what he did, you ain't going to get that off the fucking leash. That's for sure. But thank you for the question anyway. Sorry I went on the little Benoit rant. It just pisses me off what he did and everything about it. Just me. One of my favorite wrestlers doing that is just sickening to me, and it pisses me off that not only did he hurt his own fucking professional career, but he hurt the fucking company we all love. Yeah, he was a great in-ring worker, but what does that do? It doesn't fucking make the company look better. It makes the company look like a piece of shit that they probably threw the world title on him. Tree of Woe Show asks, other than our hero, Randall Keith Orton, and he is our hero. Randy Orton is a hero. He may bury talent, he may hump the ground, he may pop his shoulder out every once in a while, but he is a hero. Who are your top 5 WWE wrestlers at this time? Of course, little Chris and I are going to say R-Truth. That's one of my favorite wrestlers. You can't go wrong with the CM Punkers. And I've been liking Punk for a while. Not some bandwagon guy. I like Punk for a while. I think last year though was definitely a huge peak in CM Punk's popularity into the wrestling business, especially with the shoot promo we did. But yeah, I do like CM Punk. The Miz is definitely a character I like. I feel he's one of the better heels today. Sheamus is another character and another superstar that I do like. Jericho and Cena. Those are pretty much guys that I like. I don't really have a top 5 favorites. Rey Mysterio would be on there, but he's kind of injured. Always loved and respect Rey Mysterio. Great superstar, great talent. But yeah, those are some of my favorite wrestlers. Like, to be honest, it's not the WWE's fault, but there's a lot of other favorite wrestlers. But if it was top 5, it'd most likely go without the injuries: Mysterio, Cena, Punkers, Sheamus, and then what's that guy's name? Oh, R-Truth. Yeah, those would probably be my top five. But R-Truth is fucking awesome, right, Little Chris? He is fucking awesome. Do you guys hear Little Chris? You guys don't. You guys gotta get your minds in check because Little Chris is here, and you guys are just crazy if you don't think he's here. That's all I'm saying. You guys are pretty. Oh. Largest85, and Largest85 actually asked me questions in the comment section. He sent me an inbox with 5 questions, and you'll hear his name again. For the Q&A, 1, are you a fan of the WWE version of ECW, and should it have ended or not, like it did? I was a fan of the WWE ECW version. Like, when it first started out, it was cool. Not because it was just like the old ECW. I thought it was different. It was different from Raw. It was different from SmackDown. Sure, it was like, oh, that's shit. But the fans were cooler. I did like the ECW version of WWE for a while. And then afterwards, it kind of felt, it had spurts. Like, to me, ECW had its spurts of moments where it would be good. Because, it would be good, and then it would go to shit. Then it would be good again, and then go to shit. It had spurts, but I found ECW very entertaining. I think it kind of got downgraded when they did that whole talent exchange thing. But I always liked ECW for introducing new guys. I mean, look at the guys they introduced to us. Kofi Kingston, Sheamus, it introduced a lot of great talent. And I thought it was a pretty cool show for a little bit before it became like FCW. And the way it went out, I did not like that whatsoever. That was very sad. 2, do you think Tiffany is hot and do you think she didn't deserve to be released? By the way, I was really pissed when she was released. Tiffany was sexy, but she was kind of psycho. I mean, when Drew McIntyre gets his ass kicked by Tiffany, you know that bitch is psycho, and she's wearing the pants in the relationship. So which means Drew is a pussy, and if Tiffany's that psycho, yeah, I do. Number 3, do you know the username Cream Crazy? No. Number 4, what are your thoughts on Sean's View Entertainment TV 988? Sean's View Entertainment here on YouTube. I don't mind him. He gives wrestling news. Who cares? He just does his thing on YouTube, just like I do my thing. I don't really like talking about other shooters that much because, to be honest, it's like I don't really like. I'm not saying I don't want to cause drama. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem with Sean's View. I don't talk to Sean's View. It's not like he's done anything to me, so I have no problem with him. He just posts wrestling news, fake or fiction. That's fake or real. That's his own agenda. That's what he does on YouTube, so let him do it. And do you agree with WJ calling the AVGN a dirty e-picker? I like Wrestling Jesus. He's a funny guy. I think his videos are pretty entertaining. I don't know that whole situation. I mostly watch Wrestling Jesus as like top 10 reasons why YouTube sucks, or top 10 reasons why like certain wrestlers suck, and why wrestling fans suck. Like I do like those videos. I think they're kind of funny, and some of the stuff he does say are true. I don't really follow the whole drama he has with other shooters. That's just me. So yeah, pretty much that's it about those inbox questions. So now let's go to the comment section. I gotta go to that video manager and go check those comments, if you get what I'm saying. Gotta get those green. And we go to the Chase Oliver Q&A episode 3, and there's those stupid videos. Okay, let's get started. Let's continue with the questions. And WWE fan 275 asks, if you got to pick 2 members of the YBC to hang out with in real life, who would you pick? Fuck, I always hate these fucking questions, man. Everyone just asks me these questions. It's like, fuck. I like most people in the YWC because I would want to hang out with a lot of members in the YWC, whether I hate them or not. Why? Because it's cool to meet other wrestling fans. Like, it would be cool, like, just sitting around with someone, even though if I don't talk to them that much, get to know them, I'm an open guy. I like talking to everyone. Anyone asks me, I'm a talker. I love talking. That's what I do. I mean, hell, I'm on YouTube talking to you guys, and you guys are watching me be a fool on camera, but does Off the Rope Show count as one whole group? Because if they do, definitely Off the Rope Show. Love them. And this is a hard one. See, I talked to a lot of people. I met O Homicide O in person. Like, Ace the Wrestling Nut would be cool to meet. Wrestling Guy '09, the British Fist. Let's think about this. Don't take this the wrong way. I would like to meet Ace and Wrestling Guy. One of those two. Those two I talk to a lot on Skype. You know, Chris Phoenix. You know, there's so many people. I hate when people ask me this question because it's just so hard to answer. Because I feel like if I answer it, it's like, oh, well, we see where Chase stands in these favoritisms. It's like, man, dude, I'm just saying names. And I know Kuda would probably post in this Q&A. He would be like, oh, fuck you. You don't want to hang out with me. Fuck you, Kuda. No one likes you anyways. Go check out the Kuda Chris if you want. I suggest you don't. He sucks, but go check him out. Just go search Kuda Chris and... Oh, God, it's terrible, but... Kuda. Let's just go with Off the Rope Show and Ace the Wrestling Nut. And Wrestling Guy and all those other guys. You know I would love to meet everyone. Let's see. Oh, there's Largest 85 again. Do you think Beth Phoenix takes steroids? Subjective or not, that's personal opinion. I've heard she's always been working out from the Colt Cabana interview that she did on the We Love Colt episode on the Art of Wrestling. So I guess I think she doesn't. And how often do you work and how many hours? I used to have a job. Yes, I got fired because fuck wherever I used to work. I'm not going to say the name. Not going to say it. Don't want to get in more trouble. It wasn't because I do YouTube videos or anything like that. It's because of stupid BS. But I used to be a janitor and I used to work like, you know, casual, part-time, 15 hours. And that's pretty much it. And can't wait for next Q&A. Hope you enjoyed my questions, and I did enjoy answering the questions. Good. I love always answering questions, so you guys keep on asking me. Will Farrell #1 asks, do you want to see a Mick Foley versus John Laurinaitis match at WrestleMania 28? No, I do not have any interest in that match. And if they do feud between them, will it be much better than the awful Jerry Lawler and Michael Cole feud? Maybe because Foley's on the mic, yeah. I enjoyed the Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler feud in the beginning, and then it just kind of like fell off and started to fucking suck. So, you know, in the beginning, heading towards WrestleMania, it was actually very enjoyable, very well built, and then afterwards it dragged on and it dragged on, and it just made Michael Cole look like a douche more than a fucking heel commentator. Like, to be honest, it's just terrible. If you become a wrestler, a pro wrestler in either WWE or TNA, what would your gimmick be? In WWE, I would be a fellow Christian man and try to force my beliefs on everybody about God. And my story would be that when I was 2 years old, I was in a car accident and I managed to survive, and my family survived, and I learned the ways of God, and I would speak God to everybody, bring out the Holy Bible and read a verse from it and tell people why God is wrong. In TNA, I'd be a fucking monster. I'd be like Goldust, Black Rain. I don't give a fuck. I'd be a monster. Why? One, I think TNA lacks a good monster character as of late. And two, I think it'd be weird. You know what? My monster gimmick, you know what I'd do? I'd fucking eat like the most nastiest shit ever. I'd tell them to make like fake testicles. I'll tell them to make like fake organs and like eat them and then come out. I'd drip blood down my freaking throat. I'd act like a weirdo. I'd go up and like try to like molest people in the crowd and scare them and, you know, freaking get some gay little face paint on. And then I would just like always be crawling and doing weird shit, and no one would want to freaking see me at all. So yeah, those would be my two gimmicks. WWE, I'd be like some fellowship Christian man, heel or face, whatever you want to do it, talking my beliefs in God and like forcing God around everyone, how God is always there. I don't know how that would take. And TNA, I'll just be a fucking monster. I'll be the weirdest motherfucker you ever meet. I'll just be like making weird fucking noises. Those would be my gimmicks, because I always thought, you know, in WWE I would be like, I'll try to stand out more and be kind of like what CM Punk was with the Straight Society. I actually thought about this gimmick in like 2006 because I wanted to become a professional wrestler, and I thought of the gimmick and I thought cool at the time. And for TNA, I just saw that gimmick like literally right off the blue moon just now because I think they'd be sick to be a fucking monster in TNA, due to the fact that TNA doesn't really have any big monsters. I mean, Abyss is like now fucking. He's just so lame now, Abyss. It's not even the monster Abyss. They don't have anyone that's like a monster heel anymore. And I think, maybe, yeah, because I'm probably a little bit shorter. It'd be cool, though, just to be a fucking weirdo. I don't know how the Impact fans would take me, but I think those tourists would enjoy a little freak show every once in a while. So, pretty much those are the questions for this Q&A. Remember, you guys can always comment down below for more questions, and then I'll answer, or inbox me, preferably inbox, please. It's more tidy. I mean, I hate clicking on the comments and you know what I'm saying. Hope you catch my drift. And I might miss a question, and then I get people commenting, "You didn't answer my question." It's like, oh, I'm sorry. You posted it when I filmed this. I filmed these in advance, so that way I'm all tidy. I'm a tidy guy. What can I say? What else can I say? Follow me on Twitter, add me on the Facebook, chat me on Facebook. All that good stuff. Pretty much that's all I gotta say here. This is Chase Oliver 68. You guys know what to do. Have a good day. Stay safe. Stay away from creepy monsters like myself. And I say see y'all.